What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Hypixel Skyblock Hardmode series. I do just want to quickly say, though, that you guys have continued to crush the support on the past couple episodes of this series, so thank you guys so very much for that. And we are now only about 1.7 thousand subscribers away from 69,420 subs. So if you are enjoying this series and want to keep up to date with it, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And even if you think you're already subscribed, just go ahead and double check really quickly. I think there's some weird YouTube bug going around where people are getting randomly unsubscribed from channels, so yeah, check that out. And first off, before I get into anything else, obviously I left you guys on quite the cliffhanger in the last episode, so let me go ahead and play the uncensored version of that clip for you right now. Like, we are not dropping health at all to this thing now.
No way! Dude, boys, I know I'm like going crazy blowing my microphone now. What the heck? I cannot believe that. Dude, I am so happy I did one more test. What the heck? Dude, that makes up for the bad Bane 6 luck so much. Holy crap, boys. What the heck? Dude, that is insane. That's an RNG drop. That's actually an RNG drop. What the heck? I'm actually freaking out right now, dude. Holy crap.
So yeah, there you have it. I seriously ended up getting a Tarantula Talisman before I got a Bane 6 book. And the craziest part about this is it was like completely on accident, like the most on accident it could ever be. Because as you guys probably remember, I was not doing those last 3 Bane 4 bosses to try and get the Bane 6 or, you know, to even just grind tarantulas. I was just trying to test out my new hot potato booked tarantula armor that I made at the end of the episode. And if I'm being honest with myself, I'm way more ecstatic to get a Tarantula Talisman than I would have been to get a Bane 6 book. A Tarantula Talisman is much better. But first thing we obviously have to do with this is go ahead, take out a little bit of money and try and reforge it to, I think we need just itch at this point. I mean, I definitely don't need to do godly because my crit chance is already 100% with pretty much all the armor sets I wear. Of course, we're going to get godly right off the bat with this thing too. Oh my god. Well, I don't think that that's the right reforge I want on it, but I have spent way too many coins in the past trying to get godly on like high tier talisman or items like that, so I'm just going to leave it for the time being and maybe change it later if I feel like I need to. Anyways, obviously, getting like one of the best drops you can get from a Tarantula Slayer totally by accident is like super awesome. But it still does not solve our quest of wanting to get a Bane 6 for my Scorpion foil here. But one thing that I had found out from you guys in the comment section from the last video was that the Bane 6 was not actually a 1% drop from tier 3s like I had thought it was. Which I had just been assuming it was a 1% drop because it says 1% right here. It says minimum tier 3, so I was like, okay, yeah, at tier 3 and tier 4, it must be a 1% drop. But it turns out that from tier 3s, it's actually an RNG's drop, which is a pretty significantly smaller chance than 1%. But that was not going to make me shy away from still trying to get the Bane 6. I had already done way too much work and set my mind to getting it. So about a day or two after that last episode was uploaded, I booted up another stream, and 2 hours into grinding some tier 3 and tier 4 tarantulas this time, this moment finally happened. Either like for 1 winner or for 2 winners, we can figure it out. Maybe 2 winners, just so more people can win stuff.
Let's go! Let's go, boys! Let's go! Let's go! Finally, man! Oh my god! 7 hours! 7 hours plus of grinding. It doesn't even seem real. It doesn't even seem real. Holy crap. Let's go. Who was here? Who was here? Oh my god, man. Jesus. We have been waiting a long time for that. From a tier 3 too, and we can now see people were talking about that it's a crazy rare drop and not a very rare drop, which does mean it is RNG's at tier 3 for whatever reason, huh? Kind of strange. Yes, we actually got the Bane 6, guys. I was starting to question myself whether I was ever going to get it. I mean, even when I was doing that stream, I was kind of just doing it just to do it. I'm like, you know what? We're probably never going to get Bane 6 at this point, but whatever. And yeah, the craziest part of it is I did like 20 or so tier 4s in that stream, but I was just losing way too much money from them in order to keep doing them. So I switched over to tier 3s, and we actually ended up getting it on a tier 3.
Where, as I just said a little bit ago, it's actually an RNGesus drop on those ones, whereas it's only a 1% on the tier 4s. I was on a God Splash at the time, so I had almost plus 100% Magic Find, which meant my chances were doubled, but still, even when you double the chance of RNGesus, it's still like a 0.01% chance or something like crazy stupid like that. So it was still a rare drop to get this thing. So yeah, the next step here really is going to be to just apply the Bane 6 to my Scorpion foil. But obviously, after I put this on, this is going to be a 3 anvil use sword. So if there's anything else I want to put on it, now is really the time to do so. And one enchant I've actually been considering that a lot of you guys are probably going to question as soon as I say it is Cleave. And now the reason I'm considering adding Cleave is about 2 or 3 days ago now, I think, another YouTuber, Menacing Banana, you guys probably know him, mentioned to me that there was kind of like a shadow patch a while ago that made it so Cleave doesn't affect First Strike at all anymore. Which, if you guys don't know, Cleave affecting First Strike was like the whole reason people didn't use it in the first place. So if it's true that Cleave does not affect First Strike anymore, it's like action enchant you would want on all your weapons now. And obviously I trust my friend Menacing Banana, but I want to go ahead and double check first to make sure he isn't giving me any false information. So at the moment, I already have Cleave on my Shaman Sword because it's actually a pretty good enchant to use on Sven Packmasters. So I'm going to actually head to the runes up here and see if we can verify this. And so now I think the way I'm going to need to do this, I'm going to have to try and get the Cleave to proc on the Old Wolf here. So I kind of need to bait the Old Wolf over here. Come on. No, you need to follow me, sir. So there we go. That actually got the Cleave to hit the Old Wolf. You can see it lost a little bit of health. Now let me go ahead and try out my first hit on it. Wow, okay, so 19k, yeah. Let me go ahead and try again on this one now. Yeah, 18k. So yeah, it's actually not affecting First Strike anymore. Holy crap. Maybe some of you guys already knew about this, but I honestly had absolutely no idea. Let me see if I can get it to happen again, just so we can really show. I think if I actually just put my Intimidation artifact away, it should make this much easier. I don't know why I didn't just do that to start. So there we go. You can see the Old Wolf got hit with Cleave again. And boom, 18k. Yeah, it's actually not affecting it at all. Oh my god, dude. Cleave's good, boys. What the heck? I mean, I can just go ahead and do it a third time just to verify here. The wolves are coming over here. I hit one. The Cleave affects this guy. Hits him for 2k. And boom, 18k every single time. Then the Old Wolf respawns in here. Hit it again. 17k. So yeah, it's doing the same amount. And I think it actually is doing even more because of Execute. Because you see when I hit normally, it's doing 17.4k. But when I'm first hitting it with Cleave, it's doing about an extra 700 damage, which I'm assuming is coming from that Execute 5 there, doing more damage because it's low on health. So yeah, shout out to Menacing for the inside info on that one. If you guys are not already subscribed to him, go do so now, man. He makes some really good content. But in that case, I'm definitely going to apply a Cleave 5 book with this Bane 6. Because, I mean, there's just, like, literally no reason to not have Cleave. It's just, like, it's just a good enchant now. It has no negative effects. And I know some of you guys are probably going to cringe when I make this Scorpion foil into a 3 anvil use weapon now. But just keep in mind, it had to be 2 anvil uses all along because of the wood singularity, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, hopefully now these will be the last enchants I need to apply to this thing. I guess at some point in the future, I might want to add, like, critical 6 or something, but I really doubt that, so let's go ahead and do that, boys. And of course, we now need to go ahead and do an updated damage test with this weapon. So I think beforehand, it was doing maybe a little bit less than 50k, maybe right around 50k. And now we're doing 53,999. So basically 54k damage. So yeah, just like I predicted, I mean, it adds 8% damage. It was pretty straightforward how much we were going to do with this thing. So was it worth like the 7 to 10 hours of grinding I put in to get the Bane 6 book? Absolutely not. Did I do it anyway? Absolutely. Alright, so the Bane 6 saga seems to be ended. Definitely lasted a little bit longer than a lot of us may have expected, but hey, we completed it. Anyways, the reason I have suited up in my Monster Raider armor set here is because if you guys have tuned in to my past couple of streams, you've probably heard me mention at some point that I really want to get my combat skill up to at least 30 to kind of like be prepped for dungeons. And I'm really not all that far away from it. I think I'm about like 1.8 million XP away, which seems like a lot at first, but in the grand scheme of like skill grinding and combat grinding, it's not that much. Now, the problem with grinding combat XP in the modern day is there are very limited ways to do it, especially when you're on a hard mode profile. Because you can no longer gain combat XP on your island, so gas minions are totally out of the question for me. And tier 4 revs cost an insane amount of money to get XP from, so looking at my current bank balance, those are also going to be out of the question. But a video was recently made by someone who's actually in the same guild as me named Fate Dark, where he showed that you can do tier 3 revs to level up your combat for much cheaper than doing tier 4s, and you'll get close to the same results. It'll just take like 10 to 20% longer. Now, don't get me wrong. If I was going to try and use this strategy to get to like combat 50 or something, it would still be insanely expensive. But to just get myself like 1.8 million combat XP, it might actually be feasible. But another important key to this strategy is to make sure I'm using a Raider's Axe when I kill the Crypt Ghouls so that I'm constantly getting some coins back every time I'm doing a new quest. So in typical Ragetrain fashion here, I'm going to be doing a bit of an experiment to see if this will be viable for me. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to farm the tier 3 revs for 15 minutes and we will see how much money we end up with at the very end and how much more combat XP we got. So we are starting off with 192,000 coins in our purse, and I am starting off with 593,100 combat XP in level 28. Also, for the purpose of this, I'm going to be using my legendary wolf, so we get the extra 20% combat XP as well. So yeah, let's just get started and see how this goes. Okay, 15-minute test is over. Just for the record, I went for like an extra 30 seconds because I was in the middle of a quest and it felt like a little bit weird if I didn't go to the end of that quest. But I need to scroll up in chat and see if it's here still. Yeah. I got another RNGesus drop, I think, and yet again, I'm not on any magic find bots. Honestly, the amount of things I got from tier 3 bosses in a 15-minute span is kind of stupid. I don't know what the odds usually are, but I got a beheaded horror, which, what the heck? I was not expecting that. I got an Undead Catalyst, I got a Revenant Catalyst, I got 2 Pestilence Runes, and I got 2 Foul Flesh. Let me actually open up the Maddox Bat Fund and see what the drops are for these. Now, I also forgot to mention, selling back the Foul Flesh to the NPC is going to be a large part of me not losing as much money. So these are supposed to have a 20% drop rate. I honestly think we might have gotten gypped a little bit on the Foul Flesh. I feel like I did not get as many of those as I should have. I think instead my Foul Flesh got replaced with these 2 Pestilence Runes, which are only 5% drop, an Undead Catalyst, which is only a 1% drop, a Revenant Catalyst, which is also only a 1% drop, and a Beheaded Horror, which is a Prey RNGesus drop. Alright, let's first check our combat XP though. So we started at 593 and ended up at 646, which means we gained about 53k or so in 15 minutes. So that's going to come out to around 215,000 XP per hour. Obviously, my wolf pet is only 2/3 of the way to max. If I got that all the way up to level 100, that would give me like another 10%. But depending on how much money we lost here, it's actually not too bad. Because I think from tier 4s, you'd only expect to get around 300k or so per hour. That could be a total misquote, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So the Foul Flesh sells back for a total of 50k. So we lost pretty much exactly 100,000 coins in those 15 minutes, which means we'd be spending around 400k per hour. Keep in mind, it was only a 15-minute test. I'd probably need to do like a test for more like an hour or two to really see like how much money I'd be losing on average. Because I have a feeling that I probably should have gotten like another 1 or 2 Foul Flesh and not gotten 2 Pestilence Runes and both the Catalyst and a Beheaded Horror. I mean, we did need to get a Beheaded Horror at some point though if I ever want to create a Reaper Mask, so that's kind of cool. And I actually just want to show you guys my Skylayer really quickly here, the Slayer stats. I think this is super funny. According to this, I should have definitely not gotten a Beheaded Horror at all, like 0% chance. I think that might be a little bit broken, or it just is a really, really low percentage, but I already got one of those. I should have only had like a 20 to maybe 46% chance here of getting a Fly Swatter. We got one of those. And I should have only had like a 9 to 18% chance of getting a Tarantula Talisman, so I've also gotten one of those. So yeah, just wanted to show you guys that really quickly. I have no idea why I'm having such crazy good luck apparently, but hey, I'll take it. Alright guys, and that's where I'm actually going to end off today's episode. Really quickly though, if you look over here, my Wither Skeleton is now ready for pickup. So next episode, we will be taking that thing out for some damage tests, probably doing a couple dragons at the very least as part of those damage tests. So yeah, super exciting stuff. Make sure you stay tuned for that episode. But yeah, thank you guys very much for watching today. Thank you for the support on the channel. It is much appreciated, and I will see you guys in that episode. So yeah, peace.